I see the red light. For the editor, she's in Tulsa, Tracy Wilson.
Okay.
Say your name and how to spell it.
Sure. My name's Stephen Stroud, S-T-E-P-H-E-N. Last name Stroud, S-T-R-O-U-D.
And then your title with this program.
A Greco, I don't know what.
Instructor?
Yeah, I'm faculty, OSU faculty, a Greco program.
All right. Now, are you from the Louisiana group, or have you been a Greco instructor before?
My position with the Greco has been to teach these programs specifically for the OSU program.
Okay.
I don't know how to say that correctly, but
That's okay.
yeah, I was hired specifically to do the Greco training program. I was not affiliated with OSU,
Okay.
and I was not OSU faculty prior to the Greco
Right.
program.
Were you with the Greco prior to that?
No, they brought
Okay.
me into
Oh, okay.
start this
So
program.
you're just kind of building it from the ground up, right?
Correct.
Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like, and I'm just going to wander around with questions.
Okay.
But it seems like this is a pretty exciting industry to get into because of the kind of worldwide big name implications of what you do too.
Absolutely. I mean, Greco's a world leader in temporary power, temperature, and compressed air in all areas of the industry. So, you know, for these young men to have the opportunity to learn, you know, about this program, about this equipment, gives them opportunities worldwide.
And this is kind of different kind of scenario than working on big Caterpillar engines or something like that. So how's it different than working on things with wheels on them?
Well, we're utilizing the same equipment. We may have a Caterpillar power plant, or we may have a Cummins power plant inside the equipment, but it's all temporary use. So the equipment is in a sorry, I missed it completely. We might have to do that one over.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, so this is big, heavy engines that run on some kind of fuel, but they
Sure.
just don't have wheels on them.
Right, yeah, all the Greco equipment is all temporary equipment. It's put into a facility, onto a location, something like that, for temporary use. And so the technicians actually spend more time out in the field working on maintaining equipment, setting the equipment up, and also removing the equipment from a facility, from an event. This year, the major event for them is the Olympics up in Vancouver, Canada. And
It's going to be way cool.
it is going to be fantastic. Matter of fact, our Select Tech intern program is actually up in Canada this year, so the students on internship will actually be in Vancouver at the Olympics.
Wow. So it also seems like another difference in this is, I'm not sure it's true, but they must get a lot of ACR training, or do they get into that at all?
We put them through the construction.
Is that
How to
right?
say that? No,
Oh, the construction technology.
the construction technology team, Paul Margworth and Roger Shepard, have supported us with the HVAC. So they're going to have most of their air conditioning training done on campus and have the opportunity to utilize their services.
Cool. Mr. Roy, do you think we got the right answers?
Yeah, I think that kind of describes.
I know you were saying something in the descriptor there about the students getting a lot of with their manager input and things like that. As far as you know, I'm talking about,
Internships or something?
yeah, basically the activities that the students learn, the skills that they learn here on campus are applied in the field, and we've got a lot of good, solid feedback from their managers about the soft skills as well as their technical skills, and they're progressing at a speed much quicker than expected. So we were really very happy with the fact that the students on internship are performing at a very high level based on what they've learned here on campus.
Yeah, I guess soft skills would be important when you consider a lot of the things that they're supporting events like the Olympics or golf tournament. You're
Absolutely.
dealing with a lot of high-profile people.
Sure, they are, and you know we have some great programs in the general education side that these students are participating in. That they're learning a lot of these skills, so that they can be fully functional as not only a technician but also a leader in their field. You know, our president of the company looks at them as the best and the brightest for the future.
Good closing line. Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, Okay, so we're rolling.
All right, and we're rolling.
Power's gonna be right here. So you can actually use this guide to go in and look at power. So you're out front, you'll be able to notice all that power, and you're going to the batteries. Come back and do service work based on the manual itself. All right? So
Let's do it again.
you're gonna,
And this time, you won't go quite as long.
do service work, let's say.
You want to go shorter?
Yeah,
little
right
bit
here,
faster.
right there.
All right.
Okay, stand by. And roll.
So, if you're gonna service the filters, you know, we're gonna talk about the procedure, step by step, and how to go in and actually service the filter with these filters right down in here.
All righty. All righty.
Now, keep going and we'll just shoot some still shots now.
Right here.
You know what shooting something Dutch is?
Yeah, that's the cool part.
I'll show you. I'm such a big freaking movie maker now.
Are you really? Cool.
Shooting Dutch is this.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, and since you're doing that, I'll actually turn the camera on now.
Checking the side right now.
And then it even gets into the big container units. So that you watch when you guys can actually have the container. It breaks it all down. Be able to learn everything inside the containers. And how the sun uses it. It's gonna make life more organic. You can
Kind of makes, do something and talk to him about it so that your face kind of turns around a little bit at some point.
pull or install something on
Okay.
grab your book.
Let's see. I don't know what to say. We just talked.
Or you can ask him what kind of reading he's getting off.
Yeah.
That'll. Generating again.
You got continuity off the, whatever you just did.
Exciter.
There, you got continuity there.
All right.
You're still gonna end up
Circuit breaker
spot
one.
a little bit, but this is the magic box. You don't need to
Open line.
necessarily let
Circuit breaker two. Going to three.
you're gonna have a. You're gonna
It's
get
good.
a lot.
I don't know what that is.
It's cool.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Put it somewhere where you get some kind of reading.
14.0.
Get his hand. So bring that light over here to my left a little bit. No, not that light, the one right behind me.
To your left?
Yeah. Good, right there.
16.2.
16.
14.7.
14.7.
13.9.
Okay, so one of the items, the radiator, right? It's gonna be up here in front. Look familiar to you. If you're gonna service the engine oil, obviously the oil reservoirs. We're gonna start with, you get filters, and then you have the ability to go down and actually change the oil, battery in the battery compartments, you know, right down here. You're actually gonna service and manage the fuel system, so got a fuel filter, right? And water pump, remember what a water pump does?
No water to the system.
Okay, so it's going to be down on the low end, right? And come down into the engine fan alternator. Alternator's going to be over on the other side of the canopy, right? And it's going to be have a belt drive in it. The generator in, obviously that's that's the backside where a transmission would be in a regular vehicle. That's going to be where the generator inserts. You need to service the radiator or add water to the system. In ours, it's going to be a little tap up here. Some have actual reservoir that you add extra water into. And you guys are familiar with the external fuel connections to connect the tank up to the generator, so either have you done that?
I put the fitting.
Connect the fittings on
Yeah.
the outside, connect the mix, but you've got, instead of just the internal small tank, you've actually got a big tank for your long-term feed. And all breakers and relays, obviously, is where the guys. That's part of the master plan.
Yeah. See, when he retired.
Got it on DVD.
Yeah, either you boys can just, they keep it over there in the collision department, so automotive collision, as you go over there and take a look at it sometime. All right. So Rex, what do you need out of us now?
Well, if you're going to lecture and use that, that's cool. Okay, I'm rolling if you just want to talk to the class from right here.
Anyway, guys, got a little bit of information today on ISB Cummins. Now, for you guys in the Greco world, we're going to be talking, it's the QSB, or 6 BTA, 6 CTA, real similar engine. The main differences between the ISB or the QSB and the C series Cummins engine is mainly displacement. The smaller of the two is the B series. It's got a 5.9 liter displacement, which is 360 cubic inches. Its big brother, the ISC, QSC, 6 CTA, all talking about the same engine there. It's got an 8.3 liter displacement, which ends up being, what is 8.3 liters, Roy? You remember right off?
I don't remember. Times 61.
Do what?
Times 61.
Times 61?
Times 61. What's the answer? Math wizard.
Who's got the calculator on?
8.3 times 61.
506.
What?
506.3.
506, so 506 cubic inches.
What do I have?
On the screen, you can turn around and.
Okay. Very good.
So, but we can also, like, after we finish talking, go over and actually get up, stand up.
All right, because one of the things we do have is the chart on the wall. We'll end up seeing that, some
Okay, yeah,
things
you
of
can
that
talk
sort.
about that, and then what'll happen is we'll go back and shoot it. Overlay what you're
Okay.
talking about.
Very good.
Okay, we're rolling. For the editor, it's Tracy Wilson. She lives in Tulsa. So tell her your name and how to spell it.
Okay,
What's your
be
title?
Stephen Murphy, STEPHEN-MURPHEY. And we're with a Caterpillar program here in the diesel department at OSU.
How long have you been with the Cat?
This will finish up my second year at the end of the semester. Will be 2 complete years for me.
Good for you. Have you worked on Caterpillars before?
Yes, I started this program as a student coming out of high school in 2000 and graduated 2002 from this department, from this classroom, and worked for the dealer back in Tulsa. Came back and ended the year here, finishing up 2008 and rolled in top 2009.
So how do you like it?
I've enjoyed it. It's been a good program for me. Going back over it almost turns you into your old instructors when you start seeing that material, going back over some of the students and things.
One of the things that you enjoy about it, it's got to be the support you get from the industry, people that are involved with you. So what kind of relationship do you, in fact, enjoy with the Caterpillar people in terms of?
CAT has been very supportive of this program. They have 11 schools in the United States. Goes under the banner of Think Big. They also have a Think Bigger college in Pitt State, but we are a Think Big school and fall under that umbrella from Caterpillar. They support us with training equipment, also with engines and support from that side. The curriculum also comes from CAT and Caterpillar support. The curriculum's updated through as technology comes out. Every 2 years, the schools in that area that think big get together in the conference, and we'll go over areas that are showing that hey, we have new emerging technology in these areas. This technology is getting outdated, and maybe we need to move away from some of it, cover it in a brief manner, but move away from it and put some more focus on some of the new stuff coming in.
So has Think Green hit Caterpillar?
It's been involved. Of course, Caterpillar is also involved in the wind turbine industry. Wind turbines have been profitable throughout this recession, so that's been a profitable aspect of the company, even during the downturn in the economy.
And in the industry behind, the engine behind you, this is an example of how they support your curriculum at the very latest.
This engine's been donated as a training aid. It's previously been on the floor at Caterpillar as one of their trainers, but it has the Tier 3 emissions, it has the diesel particulate filter, so they're filtering the exhaust gases it's leaving. As part of what they call ACERT technology, will instead of EGR or injecting exhaust gas right back into it, they will filter it and then clean it, cool it, and then it's returned back to the combustion chamber.
And this has got a cage on it, so there's got to be some safety considerations.
Yeah, the cage basically keeps hands away from the hot components and gives you sets up a safe boundary away from some of it, but still allows you to see through it and into it.
So a young person getting into this, whatever age they are, getting into this, why do you think they might feel good about the industry support that's behind it?
Well, industry support, Caterpillar is making money through the recession. They are continuing their support into the programs. My dealers have, although the numbers are low at this point, they seem to be very much behind the program, wanting it to continue to exist even in difficult times.
Good. I think that's good. Now,
I'm not sure what that portion of it is about.
That's the brains.
okay, men, go do your thing.
All right, do your thing. What are you doing?
What are we doing?
Checking voltage at the alternator.
How many volts you got?
25.37.
What should it have?
On a 24 volt system, it should have between 23 volts to 26 volts. While it's charging, it should have 26 to 30.
So, what do you think? Is that gonna work?
This one's gonna work.
So that's not the problem with the starting system, right? No. Okay. What about that?
This?
Oh, that's compressor.
Yeah, that's AC.
AC compressor, okay, well, you might check it too, see if it's getting any voltage.
Let me see what he,
Check the resistance in the AC pressure switch.
Okay.
Since it's off, it shows an open lead, so it's not gonna. If I can get on. Yeah, still shows an open lead. Electronics.
What's even the new logo? The red stripe on it.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not supposed to be winter yet. I had straight frost this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't quite frost for me yet.
I thought it was strange as I got in my truck and it was dew on it, but I looked around, everyone else had frost on it. I was like, why is mine?
Nice.
Probably my truck is parked versus I'm looking at the back of everyone else is facing west, so that makes sense too.
Cause it was just barely freezing, I guess.
It was snowing last 2 days, or not yesterday, but 2 days before that up in Wichita and Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay, for the purposes of just getting your name spelled right, which is important, just say your name for me.
okay, Bill Clary,
Spell Clary for me.
C-L-A-R-Y,
Tell me your exact title
CEO,
of,
Miratech Corporation.
yes. Okay.
I thought there was, something clicking, cut, Where's the bullhorn? Director's chair.
Now, a little bit like we did before,
Okay.
I just pop in and, well, maybe let's say we met at a dinner party somewhere or something.
Okay.
You're at Miratech. What is your role with Miratech and what does Miratech do?
Okay, well, I'm, as I said, the CEO of Miratech Corporation, and one of the things Miratech does is we clean the air you breathe. And we do that by putting catalytic converters on industrial engines that are used in the gas compression industry, power generation, with the railroads, and with marine industries, for instance, moving barges up and down the Mississippi.
What kind of comment on natural gas, just how vital is it?
Well, the natural gas industry is really an important part of our energy mix at this point. And interestingly, even though the industry has been around for almost 100 years, there's really been significant growth and development in the industry with new plays in the shale formations and various other what are considered non-traditional gas formations, which is leading to a lot of investment in infrastructure, drilling technologies, compression technologies, and delivery of the gas product to the markets. In addition to all of that, there's also some work being done to bring LNG onshore, all of which is contributing to the overall picture in the gas markets.
So technologically, a huge evolution also, and the technicians that are needed now in the industry, they have to be a certain caliber. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, historically the engines were very robust, large engines that were mechanical in design. But what we see, like in the automotive industry, is an increasing use of electronics on the engines for ignition systems, governing systems, air-fuel ratio control, and then the control panels associated with the engines and the compressors that operate together as a combined unit to compress the gas and deliver it to customers.
So it's really necessary to have just not just the technical skills, but kind of go back to the program at OSUIT. Why didn't have an alliance with that program there? Why be involved with OSUIT to train technicians?
Well, there's been a recognition in the industry with the current employee base at a lot of companies right now that there's a need to upgrade skills with their employees with these technical changes, as well as bringing new employees into the marketplace. Typically, these are good paying jobs, but to be successful in these jobs, you need to have good skills, communication skills, so that's your reading, writing, math skills, presentation skills. So you need to know how to conduct yourself in the marketplace and with your employer, let alone with customers. So then in addition to that, you also need to have the technical skills to be able to work on the equipment. And for all of those reasons, that's one of the reasons we've been associated with OSUIT.
You kind of talk about how long you've been associated with them, or just a comment on the program as a whole. Are they doing a good job?
So far, we've been very happy to see what's been happening with the program and the graduates from the program. They've been placed in jobs throughout the what we call the western part of the country, or the Rocky Mountain region, from Wyoming down to Texas, with really solid, good companies that have a lot of growth potential for these graduates. A number of the graduates work for a few years in the field for these companies, and then will go on maybe to pick up their bachelor's degree and then move on to more supervisory and management positions.
Okay. And a future in this industry, really promising, bright. The sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, because in addition to the produced gas, we also have non-traditional sources of gas that are going to be part of our energy mix. Biogas, for instance, from landfills, from waste disposal systems, and various other things are part of the energy mix. So for a variety of reasons, from an onshore energy supply to a low carbon based footprint, natural gas looks like energy that will be here for quite some time and provides a great career path for a lot of these graduates.
Wonderful. Now, just a couple things. We saw when catalysts lining. Can you just describe what's going on with that, and then maybe the washing of that too, and then the gentleman with the pieces. So when we show the pictures of it, I'll just know what they're doing, and maybe I can slide one of your slides on that.
Sure. One of the things that we do here is we take catalyst material of various sizes and shapes, and in some cases we actually manufacture it to a given size and shape for an engine. For instance, a larger engine is going to have a larger catalyst core, so we'll wind up a larger diameter catalyst for that application. Once the catalysts get formed, then they go into a housing, and in the housing they require gasket material. And that gasket material gets put together and shipped with the units for assembly in the field by the customer. After operation in the field, then these catalysts sometimes will become dirty or poisoned due to the lubricating ash in the engine. The catalyst can be sent here for cleaning and washing and then returned to service with the customer.
Yeah, I want you to say another way, two things. Another way that combines the technical skills and the general education skills, probably focusing on representing the company to the customer. Right? And then another way, the way you said about just another way of saying that. Yeah, I want two different versions of that. So you said that once, so say that another way. And then the same thing, another way of talking about the future that technicians have in the industry, that steady demand is going to be there for these records.
Okay.
Just another way of saying what you already said.
Steve, come over here because you may think he's talking to you now.
Okay.
Both of you be here together. I just want to look in this direction. I'm
Okay.
I guess that, you know, like I said, a prerequisite is some sort of a college degree. And
Right.
that entails a lot more than just technical skills.
Right. Yeah, one of the things we've seen in the marketplace is that for an employee to be successful, either with their employer or with a customer, they really need to have a good core foundation in classes that are teaching them reading, writing, and communication skills. And these core foundations are absolutely critical when it comes down to understanding a communication from the company in terms of what they need to do, how they need to report it, let alone with the customer in terms of reporting the results clearly in a way that if there's any required further action, that they can make the appropriate adjustments. So in addition to the technology, technical understanding that's required, communication remains a major component of a successful employee, and that's why these core classes are required.
Perfect. Just one more thing about the future for technicians. We're going to show this to young people. We want them to get excited and know that there is a future. They've seen natural gas go like this, you know, they
Right.
probably will still do that. But in the long run, it's their education that's going to keep them in the marketplace where
Right.
others may have to leave the market.
Right. Yeah, I think in terms of the future for the marketplace, the natural gas industry, it's remarkable how the industry has changed over the years, but fundamentally the infrastructure growth in the economy is going to require continued investment and continued employment for people with good technical skills in the marketplace. And people like OSU IT, these students and employees have a great future.
Okay, you're on the road trip. You're on the road trip.
Okay. Is that it?
Okay, we're just going to start small things here, but technically what we need for you to do is tell us who you are, your title, and then spell your last name.
Okay. Kenny Wheat. I'm the Director of Technical Services for the Gas Processors Association, WHEAT.
And just in general, what does the GPA do?
The GPA, oh, that's tough, Steve.
Tell us the kind of companies that make up the GPA.
The companies that make up GPA are the producers in the natural gas liquids area.
Okay. And the membership includes about how many companies?
I don't remember.
You could guess. It's okay, because nobody's going to know.
Okay.
Do you know, tell us a little bit about the history of the GPA relationship with OSU IT?
I believe GPA got involved with OSU IT when it was formerly Oklahoma State University Okmulgee in 2000, when the compression program separated from the HEVI diesel program, I believe. From 2000, I believe the program grew from 17 students to currently nearly 80. And we continue to support OSU IT through scholarships, donations.
And the companies that are part of GPA, you know, their support comes by hiring graduates,
Right.
providing technical information for our classes, and providing parts and pieces.
Right.
So in your own way, say those things.
Say that again?
Companies who belong to the GPA support the natural gas program at OSUIT by hiring graduates, providing technical information for classes, and donating equipment.
Okay. Companies that belong to the GPA support OSUIT by not only hiring their graduates, but helping with course material and supplying them with equipment and training aids.
So we'll just start with, and supplying them with equipment and training aids, and we'll edit that back.
Okay. And supplying them with equipment and training aids.
Good. Tell us about the kind of technician your members tell you that we need today in the natural gas industry.
Okay.
Because what they tell us is they need not only a mechanical person, but an electronic person as well. And I think they summed it up pretty good when they said, when we have a compressor go down, we need one person who can go out there and solve the problem either electrically or mechanically. So in your words, say that.
With the advancements in technology of compressor systems, companies these days are looking for employees that they can hire that are not only mechanically sound, but have knowledge in electronics. They have good verbal and written skills as well. And that's what OSUIT can provide.
See, you finished that big. Now, we're going to say that another way.
Okay.
And we're going to emphasize those general education skills. So it may be something like the technical skills the students learn at OSUIT are very important to our industry. But equally, the key word there to me is equally important are the skills they learn about how to write technical reports and how to speak to customers and get along in the workforce.
Okay.
Before you answer him, just make sure you swivel back and forth in your chair.
Okay, sorry.
You don't need film doing this.
Yeah.
So let me just rephrase that, okay? So in addition to the technical skills the students learn at OSUIT, our members tell us equally important are the skills they learn about how to write technical reports, how to speak with customers, how to get along in the workplace.
Okay. GPA member companies.
GPA member companies demand.
I'm sorry,
That's
Steve.
okay. No, we're just, it's not
You're doing great, though, really.
GPA member companies demand employees with good technical skills.
Okay. GPA member companies demand employees with good technical skills. GPA member companies demand employees with great technical skills. They also desire employees with.
They also desire employees who can write technical reports.
Right, okay.
And speak well and get along with customers.
That can speak better than I can.
That's right. You know, that's what we do editing. So even you were perfect when you started that sentence, and then you said, well, I can do better than that, and you stopped and did it again. That's fine. That first part was gone, that last part too.
Okay. They also desire employees that can write technical papers and
Get along with customers.
get along with customers.
Golly. So another way to say that is that when these technicians are in the field, they represent the company.
Right.
That means they have to have more than just technical skills. They got to have good soft skills as well.
Okay.
So when the technicians are in the field, they have to have more than just technical skills. They have to have good soft skills.
Okay. When the technicians are in the field, they need to have more than just the technical skills. They need to have the good soft skills as well, written and verbal.
See? Perfect.
Oh, this is so hard.
Let's see, what else can we say? Because in the section we want to put you in, there's two sections you could go in. One, the beginning, that talks about, you know, the industry and then what the need is, and then so let's leave leave that topic for a minute and go back to the general industry need. So, because what we see is that things are becoming more complicated, but also the workforce is getting older, and there's going to be lots of retirement. So, I want you to talk about, like you're talking to students, you say if you choose this as a career, there's unlimited potential for you in the natural gas industry.
Okay. In the natural gas industry, there is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Would phenomena be the right word of graying workforce?
Graying workforce is good, people understand that. So we're always going to need natural gas technicians, and we're going to need them right now especially because the workforce is getting older, going to be lots of retirements, and the complexity of the equipment is going up.
In the natural gas industry, we're seeing what we refer to as a graying workforce. That gives technicians going into the street today a great opportunity to have a position for a long, long time in this industry.
Perfect. Couldn't have said that better. Let's see. Anything else we want to say about their relationship? I think you covered that pretty well. When we flash your title on the screen, is it going to say just GPA?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably good enough.
Yeah.
We don't want to confuse people with.
Yeah, he's in the shot now, but he needs to walk into the shot.
Pretty clearly. I can always pretty clearly.
Okay, that's good. Let's see.
What are you doing, adjusting the speed here a little bit? Yeah.
Let's see, Bill.
Okay.
Bill, okay, I need you to be, he needs to be on this side then, or you need to, so that we can see your face. There you go.
Okay.
See how that works. That's right. And so now just kind of come around the corner. You can come back from that direction.
So I'm not sure. Did you want to come here a little bit? Is that right?
Yeah, I just need to see. Okay, let's see how that works. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do? Here's the acting scene here. You be like you are, working on it, and he comes in and talks to you, and as he talks, you move around to this side, and he continues to talk to you, and that way we see your face first, working on it, then you move around and we see his face. Does that make sense? Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, and wait to come in until you see me starting to lower. Okay, go ahead and take me down, just real slowly. Okay, lower me real slowly. Okay, good. Action.
Hey Mike, how's it going here? How big an element are you finding? Good. So how's the boil?
And action.
Hey Mike, how's it going here today? Looking really good. You got a pretty big element here? 1922. Good. You're adjusting the speed here a little bit? Yeah. Okay.
Good.
How's the oil?
And action.
Hey Mike, how's it going here today? Doing really good. Yeah? What big an element are you winding up here today? 1922. Okay. So you're off about here? Okay. That's good. Are you adjusting the speed and the tension? Yeah. foil looks like it's pretty consistent with that. Actually, the color looks better than consistency.
No, just go back up. Keep talking and I'll
I'm
just,
really surprised about that. Like, did you notice the difference in foil quality? Yeah. There used to be a sand on it. Like you said, that was picked up in the oxidation stage. Really consistent.
okay.
So anyway, there used to be a tensioning thing where it has foil wound, distance on a track, so there's a firm point here, so this whole table will move out as the diameter got bigger. Well, they only very big enough. They had a different tensioning mechanism. There was an arm that came in and had a tangential touch point on it. So, kind of interesting process. So, and then the other thing we had was we had it set up so that you could preset the diameter. So when it got out to a certain diameter, it wouldn't have to shut off. Yeah. And that all got ripped out back in the mid-90s.
Okay, let's just do one more lower down. And this time we just won't have him walking in, we'll just do it.
Yeah, there used to be a really hot. What are you going to do? Right.
Good. Tracy?
Feast for family.
Either some really super high or just a little wild.
It's not just year to year, it's multi-year. One year can be nothing, and next year can be busy. Want me to keep going?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do.
Poor blanket.
Tore him up. Really?
Now, do we need to duct tape his hands down, or is he gonna be okay?
God, I do. Flory yells at me.
Yeah, you teach class on it.
Oh, God. If I'm holding something, it's not as bad.
I kind of like it because it just gives a little movement.
Expression, yeah. No, I like it too. And I do it too.
But I do it too much. I get wound up.
It's better than just sitting like a... Okay. First question is the hardest one. Spell your name for me so I can spell it right on the video.
Tag, T-A-G, Webb, W-E-B-B, with 2 B's.
Yes. Tell me exactly what your title is.
I'm regional manager with the Southwestern Association.
Okay, and you know, for the purposes of anybody that doesn't know, just explain what is Southwestern Association and what is your role with them?
The Southwestern Association is a retail trade association of agriculture and construction equipment dealers in 5 states: Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. We have a paid membership of about 900 dues-paying members. Actually, Southwestern Association, in one form or another, has been around since 1889. Our mission statement is very, very simple, and that is to assist dealers in becoming more profitable. We are a very, very aggressive, progressive trade association in that we are always looking for new value and new resources to provide to our membership.
Right, and one of the most important resources for the future are the employees, technicians that are able to maintain and the equipment and everything. And so there's a special training program at a wonderful school. Can you talk about that whole program?
Sure. About 8 years ago, it was brought to our attention. Well, first of all, let me say that technician training, retaining technicians, training them, communicating with them has been and will continue to be all on our dealers' minds. How do we find them? How do we keep them? How do we train them? We have to train our own is where the industry needs to be. Our industry's not done a good job of that in the past. It was brought to our attention about 8 years ago by one of our board members that Oklahoma State University in Okmulgee has been doing that for years and years and years in a myriad of fields. We quickly summoned our board, went to OSU for a presentation, and we were on our way shortly thereafter putting together a program. The buy-in in the early years by our dealers was started slowly, as you would expect. Somebody had to be first. This is a dealer-sponsored program. Young people don't come to the front door and be enrolled. It's a dealer-sponsor program so that these young people, when they do have the relationship with their sponsoring dealer, they have a job going in, they earn money during their 2-year course, and they have a job exiting, and that can't be said for very many industries at all. We started very, very small with a class of 6. The buy-in was by the dealers only. Some took a flyer on us. Fast forward to today, the dealers have leveraged their manufacturers for increased participation. We have grown to what is currently a maximum number of students given the spatial limitations that we have. All the manufacturers who are represented by our members are represented in our program, and each of our states has students participating. So this is not an Oklahoma-only program. We must maintain our vigilance and continue to press forward. We're not resting on any laurels at all because our dealers must continue to supply students because once again, without our dealers, there is no program.
And just kind of generally, why is it, what has it been that, technology has evolved so much and is such a vital part now in the industry? Why do you have to train the students, and how could you, you can't do without not training them anymore.
I think the technology advance with respect to agriculture and construction equipment has been incredible. Probably in 20 or 30 years ago, a young person could put together enough skill set on his own, if you were, or at maybe some general, very, very general genetic diesel courses, if you will, and that was probably good enough. And then a lot of on-the-job training after that. Once again, fast forward to today, that kind of training is not sufficient for the type of equipment being manufactured. And most surprisingly enough, most manufacturers aren't addressing that for their dealers. They're more concerned, or most concerned, with just selling the equipment. So the onus is on our members, our member dealers, to find these technicians. And it's a value-added function to be able to have certified, well-skilled, well-trained technicians within your dealership. Puts you out in front of the rest. They weren't able to address the equipment any longer without very specific, in many ways, manufacturer-specific training, which Oklahoma State provides.
And the faculty there they've been in the real world,
Exactly.
on how they are able to, translate their experience in the real world to these students.
Early on, it was brought to my attention when we first started putting the program together that the results, positive or negative, of our program would bear tremendously on our faculty. I didn't quite understand that initially, but let me tell you 2 points that are critical for our program's success and continued success, and that is that both our instructors have what you've just mentioned, real-world experience, grew up in dealerships, have seen the dealership side of what these young people will be involved in. In addition, and maybe more importantly, what they have is an extreme passion as educators, and that is kind of that's the background of everything at Oklahoma State IT is.
Can you go back and say the part about the extreme passion, just because of the phone?
Sure.
Because I really like that part. They have an extreme passion.
Just from there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And secondarily, and maybe just as important as the real-world experience, is both of our faculty members, as well as many others, I suspect, at OSU IT, have an incredible passion to educate as well. So meshing their real-world experience with their desire to teach can't be any better. Meshing of the two trait. Say again?
I'd stopped rolling, but I'm rolling
now. Okay. Meshing of the two criteria, that is the real-world experience and their extreme passion to educate, makes what we feel our faculty very, very at the top of the heap, if you will.
Excellent. Okay. What am I missing here?
Well,
Are you ready?
Now I'm rolling.
Years ago, it was brought to our attention at the inception of the program that the key to the success of the program would rest in with the faculty. I didn't really understand that at that time. However, it's very, very evident now. 2 criteria which make OSU IT and our program specifically very, very, very special is the fact that our instructors have real-world experience. They both came up in the industry outside of education. They were part of dealerships in the technician training and the service side. Again, okay?
Yeah.
It's brought to my attention early on.
Now let's start with, since we're running out of tape.
Okay.
Let's start with our instructors have not only.
Okay. We're very, very fortunate. Our instructors not only have roots within the industry, having actively participated in service departments, they have, which I deem more important, an incredible desire and passion to be educators. So real world mixed with teaching ability can't be beat. And that's what makes this program very, very special.
can we shut that noise off outside? Are you going to get that?
I don't think that's a problem really, because
I think an indirect part of what we're trying to accomplish at the association is obviously most of our agricultural dealers are located in rural America. How to keep young people in rural America and inform them and their parents that there's a way to make a living, that there are opportunities. A trained technician in rural Oklahoma now is a valuable, valuable resource. So part of our job, as well as other educators' job, is to bring that message to young people, that there are opportunities. There's opportunities in agriculture, opportunities that they had not thought of. And a skill set as a technician is a very, very valuable resource, and we need to bring that to everyone's attention.